videos, lighting is essential. I mean, let me just show you what it would look like if I just had the room lights on, the window light, without any of this fancy YouTuber stuff. Pretty flat and boring, right? Now, we use lights to pretty up the video, make things look nice, and direct the light to where we want it. And you know, you've seen my face, I need all the help I can get. This little beauty is the Inkee GC30, and it's been my main light for these videos since they sent it to me. I was previously using LED panels, but this thing is far more powerful, and it's incredibly versatile, which is one of the reasons why I was happy to do this. Now, let's get the first thing out of the way. This thing is tiny. This is my water bottle, for comparison, that I carry with me everywhere. This thing, though, for the size, is incredibly powerful, and because of its size, it allows you to just chuck it in the bag, forget about it, and have a really good lighting option wherever you go. It's a 30-watt light with an overdrive mode pushing it to 45 watts, which is pretty bonkers if you ask me. It's a bicolor light giving you a range of 2700 Kelvin to 6500 Kelvin, and it also has a few special effect modes like broken TV and lightning and such as that. Right, since I mentioned water, the GC30 is waterproof, and I'm not just talking like splash proof or shower proof or anything like that. I'm talking about, in the promotional video, they had this thing submerged underwater, and I even saw one where they turned it on and they threw it in a washing machine and it continued to work. What? Now, I have a very healthy sense of self-preservation and always choose life, so I will not be testing their claims of this thing being that waterproof by, you know, taking a bath with it or anything like that, because no matter how good they reckon it is, every fibre of my being tells me that electricity and water don't play nicely together, so I'll just take their word for it. With that said, however, it does give me some confidence to use this light outdoors when the weather is less than ideal. It's USB-C rechargeable, and on the back screen it tells you how long your battery is going to last depending on the power output you're using. At low settings like 2%, which is just about enough to act as a hair light, you're going to get about 24 hours runtime, which is indicated in this top corner here. At 100%, you can see it is incredibly bright, and you're getting just a little bit over 2 hours and 15 minutes. In overdrive mode, all you do is you push this thing to 150%, which is absolutely ridiculous bright, and it's going to give you about 1 hour and 25 minutes. Up front here we have this small bones type mount, but if we just extend these arms a little bit, it becomes a full-size bones mount for use for any modifiers of this type you may have. For these videos, I've been using it with my 60 by 90 centimeter softbox, and despite it looking like it might not hold the weight, these things are absolutely solid, and it's been really good. It also comes with this small bones mount style reflector, which you simply just pop on there like so, and it becomes very directional. Right, with all the specifications out of the way, let's have a look on the back screen and we'll go through exactly how you operate this thing. All functions are controlled by this single dial on the back here, and depending on which way and how you turn it will depend on what it does. Now, when I first used this, I'm not going to lie, I didn't like it. It didn't feel very intuitive. All of my studio strobes have dials and switches, and this thing doesn't even have a power button. But once I had a little play around, it actually makes perfect sense. Having your buttons and dials means fewer points of failure for the waterproofing, and it's actually very easy to use. Starting in transport mode, you turn the dial clockwise to unlock it, which is indicated by the green bar at the top of the display. Continuing to turn the dial clockwise will increase the power output of the light, but the genius bit comes when you're changing modes. The dial is broken up into these individual segments, and if you just dial it across without actually going to the next segment, it switches modes. So if you just dial it across clockwise just a little bit, it enters colour temperature mode, and then you can continue dialing to change the colour temperature. Likewise, if you dial it the other way, it enters the special effect modes. Now, once you're in either of those modes, it's just a simple case of dialing either clockwise or anti-clockwise to set your desired temperature or special effect. And to get back to the main menu, all you do is simply leave it idle for a second or two and it switches right back. That's it. Fantastically simple. So there's got to be something bad about this little light, hasn't there? Well, yeah, but also no, it's more of a me thing than a light thing. Now, the only thing to me that feels a little bit weak is this. It's this little rubber cap that covers the USB-C port. And it's not that it doesn't work. It obviously does if it's able to be submerged, but it's not even attached to the body. And going back to my whole electricity and water thing, I don't know. Something that clicks maybe so that you know that it's in there, that would have made me feel a little bit better. But like I say, it's a me thing. This is actually a really good light, and as I've already said, it usually lights these videos. So this, I would recommend this for anybody who wants a continuous light to chuck in their bag as an alternative to a speed light potentially, you know, for portrait stuff or macro or whatever. But also for making these videos, it's absolutely fantastic. Not to mention the fact that it can be used in pretty much all weathers. So if you are interested in this light, there is a link in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.